financial advice, investment recommendations, or an endorsement of any investment strategy. Investment involves risk, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Always conduct thorough research and seek the advice of a qualified financial professional before making any investment decisions. Any reliance on the information provided is at your own risk. We do not guarantee the accuracy or completeness of the information and disclaim any liability for any direct or consequential loss arising from any use of this content. Remember that all investments carry risk, and you should be aware of your risk tolerance and financial situation before making investment decisions. This presentation includes general information only and does not constitute financial advice. Please consult a qualified financial professional before making any investment decisions. The following content is protected under copyright law. Please respect these terms to ensure compliance.
Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome. 4 years ago, I was sitting in a Zoom, ladies and gentlemen, just like this, no different than where you are this evening. And I heard a man speak. His name was Micah Theard. And what he described, I have never heard before. There was no proof of concept sitting on a shelf. There was no case studies, no headlines, no crowd of believers pointing and saying, this is the one. What it was just a vision, at his vision, I should say, right? And here's what I remembered most. He didn't sell it as a hype. And I make sure I do the same. This call is not about hype, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't beg for belief. He was precise, measured. He painted every corner of that picture with a kind of clarity that only comes from someone that have already lived in the future. I remember thinking to myself, I could either let this information change everything, or I could walk away and later on ask myself, was it the best decision? Well, I can tell you, 4 years later, I'm still here. I didn't walk away. You see, what happened on that call, and I hope as I share this information with you tonight, is I stayed, I leaned in. And I asked myself one question that I want to ask of everybody tonight. What does it cost you, not in money, but in life, to be wrong about an opportunity like what I'm about to share with you? Because I've learned something over these 4 years of watching Hakan Torhan and Micah Theard build what others couldn't believe would happen. Now, the biggest risk never is the investment, ladies and gentlemen. It's the one that you didn't make. Can we agree on that? How many times have you seen opportunities come your way, you have missed out on it, and later you're like, you had a reason why you missed out and why you should have, right? See, today, what was once a vision, unpopular, unproven, and misunderstood, has a name. It has a structure. It has a system. And it has a moving force behind it. See, I will share exactly where we are, where we're going, and most importantly, why now is the moment for you to choose which side of history you want to stand on. Welcome to the call, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alton Patterson. I'm a proud investor here at Bellator Life and Vice President of African Expansion. And as I shared, I've looked at this opportunity 4 years ago, and never would I believe that we are here tonight. Now, as I share this information over the next few minutes, I beg of you guys, do not overthink what I'm about to share with you. Do not overcomplicate the information I'm about to share with you. We do make these recordings available after the call, so if you have missed something, then no worries. We have you covered, all right? And I just want to say to all our guests who are joining us tonight, a warm welcome to you. I know we have many leaders. This is a special call that are joining us tonight. And I want to say welcome to you and to all of our investors that have shared this opportunity that's joined us tonight. As always, we absolutely love you. So I'm going to dive into this. I'll do my best. I have quite a bit to cover in a short amount of time. I'll share some slides, some information. I'll speak about a few of the different companies under the umbrella tonight of Metatera. I'll share a couple videos with you guys. And then at the end, as always, we'll close the call out and we will open up a Q&A session to give everyone an opportunity to ask the questions that you may have lingering in your mind. So that way you will be able to make an informed decision. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into this presentation. We have a pack line and I want to respect everybody's time. All right. Now, what you're about to see tonight is not just a platform, it's a complete ecosystem. When I say complete ecosystem, I refer to technology, digital assets, a global partnership network, and a lifestyle club, all combined to give everyday people a seat at the table in the new financial era. See, the three names to know are Metatera, which powers the technology, Bellator, which drives the global community, and the Boogie G Lifestyle Travel Club, which is the lifestyle layer. Now, we'll also cover the opportunity within the opportunity and close out, as I mentioned, with a Q&A session. So tonight, it's about clarity, vision, and one question. Will you watch the future or position yourself in it? So I want to encourage you guys, take copious note, keep an open mind, because moments like this are rare. So let me start this presentation off with a short video.
The world is changing faster than ever before. Technology is accelerating. Artificial intelligence is no longer the future. It is the reality of today. Companies, industries, and the financial system are being reshaped. But most people are still preparing for this new world with old rules. Old career plans. Old money habits. Old ideas of security. Yet traditional systems are no longer as strong as they once were. The cost of living is rising. The value of money is changing. Markets are becoming more uncertain. And many people are starting to realize that the financial lessons they were taught are no longer enough. Because most of us were taught to work for money. But wealth is not built by working alone. Wealth is built by what you own. The things that take money out of your pocket are liabilities. The things that put money into your pocket are assets. People who understand this difference think differently. They do not just chase income. They build systems. They acquire assets. They use time, technology, and strategy to their advantage. Today, change has already begun. The real question is no longer whether the world will change. The real question is whether you are ready for it. This presentation was created to help you understand the new economy, see money differently, and position yourself for the future because the world has changed. Now it is time to change the way we think.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to look at this slide carefully, not because of the design, right? Because it's describing your world right now, today. The world isn't changing gradually, it's being rewritten. The job market, traditional banking, legacy investment structures, they are cracking. This whole pension you were promised is shrinking. The salary that was supposed to build generational wealth, can we all agree it's losing the race against inflation every single day? Now, AI, what is it doing? It's replacing labor. Not someday, now. Roles that existed 5 years ago, they're gone. And the people who cling onto this, right? To them, They are waking up now to discover the ground has actually shifted beneath their feet. Now, here's the critical part. The great wealth transfer, it's actually happening, eh? Trillions of dollars are moving, not evaporating. They are transferring from those who are unprepared to those who have positioned themselves early. I want you guys to read the last line with me here. Most are unprepared. However, this is the strategy for those who refuse to be left behind. Now, most people were taught a formula: work, earn, spend, repeat. But for many, that cycle never creates freedom, only survival. That's the trap of 2026 or 2026, as we'll say. Work harder, pay debt, pay liabilities, repeat. Until one question breaks through: there has to be a better way. That moment isn't weakness, it's awareness, guys. This isn't about escaping work, it's about escaping dependency. Wealth isn't built inside the cycle, hey? It's built through ownership, leverage, and positioning. And as leaders on this call, you all understand that. The world is moving forward regardless if we want to position in the new digital economy. See, the only question is, when the dust settles, yes, it does, will you still be running the race, or will you own a part of what is actually driving it? See, that's the reason I need you guys put on your thinking cap right now with what I'm sharing with you. You see, this slide, what it does, it captures one of the biggest mindset shifts in wealth creation. The 1% don't use earn income to fund their lifestyle. They build assets that fund lifestyle, yeah? On the left, if you're looking at this, you see the engine, cash flowing assets, and assets are designed to produce, generate, and compound value over time. Now, on the right are liabilities, and we all know and have some liabilities in our lives. The things we enjoy, the lifestyle we want to live. See, most people work harder to afford more expenses. The wealth mindset flips that equation, though. You know, if you think about it, you want to build the engine first, then let the engine pay for the lifestyle. That's how wealth moves from effort to ownership to what we call freedom. Now, what if your car paid for itself? Now, I know, especially being here on the continent of Africa, as I'm speaking to everyone today, there are many people who they go out and they just purchase a car. They don't finance a car. But, for those who are in the US, for example, just think about this. And even here on the continent and different parts of the world where you are, traditional financing, what it does, it costs, you take a look at this $162,000 over 30 years. And why we say over 30 years? Because a lot of people every 5 years, they're changing their car. Maybe it's a lease. Maybe they just want to upgrade a bigger family, right? On an asset that actually loses value every single day. Think about it. Buying a new car today, drive off the lot. The moment those first two wheels hit the street, you have lost the value. It becomes a brand new used car. Now, I can tell you, Bellator flips the model. Instead of spending income on liabilities, we acquire assets first, right? Real estate generates yield. The yield, what it does, it covers the car payment, for example. Your capital, it stays invested, compounding and working for you. See, you don't stop trading time for money, right? You want your money to go to work for you to give you more time. Assets first, cash flow second, lifestyle funded. That is what we are here to talk about tonight. Now, as you take a look at our company, it was established in 2017. Again, we established in 2017. It's important to understand you're not looking at a new company. We're not here today and gone tomorrow. America Technologies was never built to follow trends. We are building infrastructure designed to scale globally for the last 9 years. And behind every opportunity is technology, compliance, and long-term vision. When you take a look here, understand that Miracle Technologies stand on a foundation that actually been tested. $100 million invested in this infrastructure and positioned for expansion. Today, Bellator, that you are here to hear about, is the exclusive marketing arm of Miracle Technologies and its subsidiaries under the umbrella. So, where vision meets infrastructure and growth becomes global. Now, I want to share something here because I will be sharing with you a number of our different companies. And what I realize is many times people get confused and they overthink what I'm about to share with them. I want everyone just for a moment to think of these cars. You might not be a car person, but you are familiar with Volkswagen, you're familiar with VW, Audi, and Porsche. You have seen these cars. Maybe it's one of your favorite cars. Who knows? Maybe you're driving one. But did you know that Volkswagen owns all of these different companies? I know a few people are like, no, I didn't know that. Absolutely. So when you're looking at Miracle Technologies, understand there's more than 20 different companies under the umbrella that gives you an opportunity to earn multiple streams of income. See, this is about watching transformation happen. It's about being positioned to participate in the shift. Now, what separates a Miracle Bellator from every other opportunity in this market, in this space, in the industry is one word: accountability. Metaterra Holdings is publicly listed, it's transparent, regulated, institutionally creditable in ways no private venture can match. You see, your capital doesn't disappear in a black box, it aligns with an entity that answers to public markets where structures are visible and growth is measurable. Every office Bellator opens, and I'm excited to say we already have Bellator offices in Nigeria. Every network built, every partner onboarded, feeds directly into Metaterra's public expansion story. Now, I know many might not understand the importance of a company being publicly listed and will be publicly traded. But just take a moment and, as you're taking notes, write that down and ask what's the importance to yourself. See, this isn't a startup pitch. This isn't one of those, get rich scheme. This is an invitation to get positioned before the world catches on. The greatest investors in history shared one trait: they recognize legitimate infrastructure early. Yes, early. The infrastructure is real, the expansion is live, the window is open. Now, behind Metaterra is a world class leadership team. When we talk about the infrastructure behind this movement, it's important to recognize the leaders who have already built at scale. And one of those leaders is Hakan Torhan. He's the founder of Miracle Technologies, established in 2017, with a vision to modernize financial infrastructure and bridge traditional banking with next generation payment system. Now, through his leadership, he has helped to revolutionize the deployment and integration of more than 57,000 ATMs across the United Kingdom, creating powerful connectivity between financial networks. He's also known for his technology that currently connect all the major banks in Turkey. Yes. Now let's talk about our board members. And guys, take these notes because, again, we're not here to convince you. We're speaking about people who you need to know about. And in case you haven't heard about them before, well, tonight will be your first. Starting with Douglas Anderson. He's the CEO of Wall Street Capital. Not was, he is the founder and CEO of Wall Street Capital, and now he's also the chairman of Metaterra. You see, he's a Wall Street veteran, ladies and gentlemen, with deep experience in investment banking, venture capital, and raising capital for high growth companies. Next to him is John Beer. He's a technology pioneer involved in the early infrastructure of Google. Many of you right now might be Googling them. Well, no, that's his technology on the back end that Google purchased called Widevine. He's also responsible with Cell Telecom One, which that technology is sold to AT&T. So chances are you are watching this call or listening to this call on your cell phone. Well, you're looking at the gentleman there. If you have Netflix, for example, streaming, that's John Deere's technology. Now, next to him is Stephen Moore, internationally recognized economist and former senior advisor to Donald Trump in his first term. He recently declined being the head of the Federal Reserve for the United States government for personal reasons. However, he also sits on our board of Meta. Next to him is Stephen Norris, the co-founder of the Carlyle Group, which is one of the world's largest private equity firm on the New York Stock Exchange, valued at over $600 billion. He's also known as the advisor to the King of Saudi Arabia and known for also running the general counsel of the Marriott Hotels. Last but not least is Monica Profit. She's an author of Blockchain 101, recognized leader in blockchain tokenization and the future of digital finance. So this is the caliber of leadership building Metatera ecosystem. You can read and see more about them at metatera.com. Now, ladies and gentlemen, credibility in business isn't claimed, it's built. Let's agree on that. You know, what you're looking at here is not a vision board. It's validation through integration. You see, Miracle Pay, which is another entity under the arm of Metatera, Miracle Technology, is an authorized partner of Ingenico and Pax, two of the world's most recognized payment infrastructure providers. You see, we are integrated with Fireblocks, the institutional grade digital asset platform trusted by leading financial institution. We work with Bitso to expand access across emerging markets, XPaid for cross-border payment capabilities, and Shopify, the third largest e-commerce engine powering millions of businesses worldwide. Now, most of you might not know these companies, but take a look, take a screenshot, write them down, and see who they are. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, many of you might be driving this or you aspire to be driving one of these. And when you think about brands that define excellence, precision, and premium engineering companies like BMW, I know it comes to mind. That's the caliber of global innovation and enterprise standards that's shaping the future of commerce. Now, I can tell you anyone can launch an idea. Yes? Very few build on infrastructure that operates at enterprise scales. So look at these names. I know you know these. There's many more that are yet to be announced. BMW was just recently announced yesterday on our corporate call. So Bellator and what we're offering is not speculation. Bellator is the infrastructure. Now, what you're looking at here isn't three separate trends. It's three powerful forces already reshaping how value is created and who benefits from it. Blockchain is changing ownership and creating transparency. Artificial intelligence is changing productivity and accelerating opportunity. Guys, I can tell you, before it would take me days to do a presentation. Now I'm able to do a presentation with AI within minutes. Yes. Now, when we'll take a look at consumer credit, this might not apply for every single person, depends on what country you're in, but it is changing access. What it does, it's allowing people to leverage systems instead of relying only on earned income. So what makes Metatera and Bellator relevant is not simply participating in these shifts, it's positioning people at the intersection of them. Now, by combining digital infrastructure, AI-driven innovation, and real-world economic models, the vision is to create an ecosystem where individuals can move from being consumers of change to owners and beneficiaries of it. You see, when people look at these numbers, right, many see crypto. I see something bigger. That's just the reality. I see behavior changing. I see a mindset shift happening in real world. These are not my numbers, ladies and gentlemen. These are the actual numbers. In just a few years, global crypto adoption has moved from 65 million to over 700 million users. That's not speculation. That's participation. That's millions of people choosing to engage with a new financial and digital infrastructure. Every major transformation follows the same pattern: skepticism, early adoption, acceleration, and then mass adoption. You see, we saw it with the internet, we saw it with smartphones, and today we're watching it happen with blockchain. Yes, what these statistics are really telling us is this: people are becoming more open to digital ownership, decentralized access, borderless commerce, and assets based participation instead of traditional dependency. I want to show something to everyone in this call because it depends on where you are. Maybe your country is here. The countries that are leading adoption are not waiting for permission. They're adapting early because why? They understand something important. The digital economy rewards awareness before it rewards scale. The question is no longer if this transition happened. The question is, will you observe the curve or position yourself ahead of it? For my family who is on here from Nigeria, it depends on the global index you take a look at. You are ranked number 2 in the world. Think about that. Ahead of the United States, ahead of China, ahead of Russia. Guys, these are the numbers. These are not my numbers. Now, known for his bold thinking and uncompromised long-term vision, he focused on merging technology, education, and ownership to create sustainable wealth models and accessibility to everyday people, not just the privileged. See, it's my pleasure to introduce you to Micah Third, the CEO of Bellator Life, an entrepreneur, fintech visionary, and the founder. See, Micah is known for bringing vision, energy, and commitment to helping people think bigger and move with purpose. And I can tell you, there's a short 5-minute video with him circulating. Whoever invited you, ask him to share that video. He will paint the vision of where we are coming from, and definitely where we are going. You see, most people are paying for AI multiple times. ChatGTP, Claude, Grok, Gemini, separate subscriptions, separate bills. That's the old model though. You see, Bellator built the solution. I want to introduce you guys to Alpha Pass. I like to say the Amazon or the Home Depot of AI. One destination, everything under one roof. One login, one payment, all the major platforms at your fingertip. But here's what really sets it apart. This isn't a subscription for rent forever. It's a lifetime access. Pay once, lock it in. And if you're not actively using it, then guess what? You can stake your license that comes along with your Alpha Pass and collect a monthly payment from the company. Yes, you heard me correctly. That's not just smart, that's positioning and ingenious. Now, let me show you something powerful here. Right now, there's 1.4 billion people who are locked out of the global financial system. I know that's a lot. Not because they lack value, but because the system was never designed for them. Traditional credit rewards history over hustle, zip codes over character. It was built for a world that left millions behind. Now, I can tell you Metaterra is changing that. We have built the world's first blockchain-based credit infrastructure where your activity becomes your authority. Every transaction, every engagement, every participation builds something no bank can take from you. See, your Web3 credit score with Score ID. The more you engage, the stronger your score. The stronger your score, the more doors open, payment plans, token access, and opportunities once reserved for the privileged few. We're not digitizing the old system. Ladies and gentlemen, we are replacing it. From Asia to South America to the continent of Africa, from Europe to the Middle East to the US and even the Caribbean, everywhere hardworking people have been told they don't qualify, Metatera says your future does. Now, I can tell with the Score ID, you have an opportunity to have the Score tokens as well at right now, 20 cents per token through the Alpha Pass Rewards program. That's the friends and family also window. Total supply is 400 million, and once it's gone, right? Here's the math though. I just want you guys just to think about this. If just $500 get you 2,500 token at the planned public launch price that you see here at $1.50 per token, you're looking at 3,000, about $3,750. So that's a potential of 3,250 gain on a $500 entry. That's about what, 7 times before the public evens gets in. See, the window is open right now. That's all I keep saying to you guys. You just have to say if it works for you. Now, imagine being a part of the financial revolution before it actually hits the mainstream. Now, across the globe, and emerging markets, millions of merchants still can't accept digital payments. Miracle Pay is changing that. With enterprise partnerships across Ingenico, Pax, Shopify, Xpaid, and Bitso, and I just shared with you guys also just announced yesterday, BMW. We have access to over 100 million point of sales machines globally. Let that sit in. And powering that network, it's what's called nodes, and there are 210,000 of those, and more than half have already been sold. You see, every merchant that joins Miracle Pay grows the network. More adoption means more transaction. More transactions means more value. More value means more rewards for you and me. Yes, we get paid from the transactional fees, ladies and gentlemen. So we create and put in place the infrastructure that allows the world to accept crypto real time. They receive the currency of their country wherever the crypto is being spent, and we get paid on those transactional fees. Ching. You see, this is the backbone of the next trillion-dollar digital transaction industry. Words can be misleading, right? But numbers don't lie. Not guaranteed. I just want to give you guys a quick example. If we take a look at just Pax, they have over 110 million. Ingenico has over 45 million of these point of sales. But let's just keep it to 100 million. And let's just say only 3% of the market penetration, meaning that 3% of 100 million is 3 million merchants that decide they want to accept crypto payments. That's it. 3%. And let's imagine it's only $5 being spent per day. Well, if you run those numbers at 3 million, $5 per day, that's $5.4 billion that comes in annually in transaction. Yes, only $5 per day. Now, 30% of that 5.4 billion of those revenues is actually split between us as node owners who own into this technology. You heard that right? People like you and me. See, the opportunity is real. The window is open. It's not about, and this is no disrespect to anyone. I know we have many leaders who are different things. This is not about selling products. This is about getting paid on global transaction, backed by a public listed company. See, the time to secure yourself in this technology is now. Now, here's a fact that should actually bother every person who is on this Zoom. over 99% of the world's real asset, land, property, infrastructure are completely out of reach for ordinary people. Not because the wealth isn't there, because the system was built to keep most people out. Well, Metaterra Holding is dismantling that system, guys, through the ownership of the Project X nodes. See, this is what we call tokenization. And let me just tell you what tokenization is. It takes real, tangible assets and represents legal ownership as a digital token to on the blockchain. Now, one property, thousands of investors, each holding a verifiable, tradable stake. There's no gatekeepers, there's no geography, there's no minimum millions required. You see, and that's the reason why I'm proud to just share a few of the companies that we're doing business with. You know, we are talking about assets like an international airport in Bucharest, Romania. We are behind that. All right. Onand oil fields in Nigeria. We are behind that. Now, as we speak at the corporate office, it's the Hilton Hotel. Many of you know the Hilton Hotel. We are about to tokenize a Hilton in Ruando. I always mess that name up, in California. Just know it's in California. There is so much that we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, you might have never heard of us before tonight. I promise you, it won't be the last time. You see, we're talking about real revenue generating assets now accessible to everyday investors through Metaterra tokenization platform. This is the reality though. The tokenized assets market is projected to hit $16 trillion by 2030. That's 4 years away. See, we're at the start of that curve, not in the middle, definitely not at the end, the start. Now, we're living through the greatest transfer of wealth in human history. And the window of positioning yourself inside it is right now. You know, today I want to show you two ways to partner with us. First, you can choose the Alpha Pass. This is our AI powered access tier. Where Alpha Pass investors get early positioning in the intelligent layer of our platform. Or secondly, it could be Miracle Pay, CPU nodes. And this is where Miracle is our payment background, as I've shared with you in the previous examples, right? With the point of sales machine, for example. So it's two paths, one ecosystem, one publicly listed peer company, giving you the transparency serious investors required. Now, I've been connected to the vision for 4 years now. Before the partnership, before the listings, before the expansion. I've moved early because I believed in the foundation. That foundation is now built. The investors who win from this moment will be the ones who moved while the opportunity was still in the room. Think of it like owning the pipes before everyone needs the water. So it's always said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, say yes, then learn how to do it later. Guys, I had an opportunity. I was traveling from the UK back to South Africa and had an opportunity to meet Richard Bronson, one of the coolest persons. And every time I read this quote, I remember, you know, a few of the things that he shared with me when we sat together on that flight. And I can tell you, he's as humble as a person as you can see. So right now, I just want you to put your business cap on. I've shared with you the ecosystem sitting right alongside the digital assets and the now we want to talk about the fun side, because one thing we understand, the Bellator ecosystem isn't just about making money, right? It's about other things. So I want to introduce to you guys the Boogie Gopher is our lifestyle travel club, a members only access platform that gives Bellator members discounted premium travel, experiences across hotels, flights, resort, and lifestyle destination worldwide. So think of it as your reward for building, right? The life side of the Bellator life equation. You guys like the sound of that? Now, let's just talk about this quickly because um, it's important that if I gave you a choice right now, more time or more money, which would you pick? Go ahead, guys, choose. Think about it. Most people can't even answer because they need both. Here's the reality: we're living in everything, we should say everything costs more, right? Groceries, fuel, school fees. The life you work hard to build is quietly getting more expensive, and nobody warned you it would happen this fast. So you're working harder than ever, and somehow there's still never enough left. Well, a vacation? Most people are taking staycation. They planned it, but the time went by so fast and they didn't have the time. So I want to just take you and share with you quickly our travel side of the company that you're able to participate in as well and maximize the entire opportunity. See, that fear, it's real that you're thinking about right now. And you're not alone in feeling that way. But here's what I want you to understand. The problem isn't that the world is changing. The problem is that most people were never shown the door. They were handed a ladder. Work harder, climb slowly, hope for the best. But here's where people are right now. People just like you who found a different way, who stopped trading all their hours for a fixed number, who stopped watching opportunities from the outside. The question is no longer, is there a better way? The question is, are you ready to walk through the door? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Boogie G
What if your
lifestyle.
success paid for your lifestyle in real time? Every sale, every referral builds your BG Miles. Unlock access to experiences money alone can't buy. Drive Ferraris in Italy. Live the moments others only watch. From luxury escapes to unforgettable global adventures. And give back, creating impact around the world. The higher your status, the greater your access. Even Boogie figured it out. BG Lifestyle. Earn the life others dream about. Your miles, your status, your world.
So, guys, when I speak about travel, I kind of get a little more excited than speaking about the other side of the company. So, bear with me. This is travel. I don't have to teach you how to travel, I don't have to show you how to travel. You just travel, right? That's the reality about it. So, I want to introduce you guys to our Boogie Gopher. He's smart, creative, resourceful, and always looking forward. And I can tell you, the mission with our company is ultimately helping technology work for people. When you partner with us, you're able to learn through the AI skills, earn travel rewards, access lifestyle opportunity, build a company, and experience most of the world. Now, I can tell you how this worked. It increased productivity. Like I mentioned, I did a presentation yesterday, a training yesterday, and I literally did that training within 15 minutes, which something would have taken me days. Here with AI, not only are increasing your productivity for yourself, but businesses are able to take advantage of this. You automate your tasks, create new income opportunities, and help people stay connected. Now, when you take a look at the Boogie Gopher, there are multiple courses that are offered as little as $100 to $250 to $500 to $1,000. You can choose to do all four. However, you cannot skip the 250. It's connected to the 500 connected to the 1,000. You can, however, skip the 100. I'll share with you in a few why you don't want to skip the 100 though. So these are the four different courses, and I can tell you when you sign in, there is no cost to getting signed up with a Boogie Gopher either. So you can sign up and look around and just see how detailed the back office is and how you're able to take advantage of the lessons that are there once you have go ahead and activate your account. Now, I can tell you, as you come to the club, you're able to earn travel miles that are dollar for dollar that you'll be able to use on two major booking engine, including miles that you can use for flights. Yes, you heard that right. For flights. You're not purchasing these miles, you are earning them. You're able to increase your member status, unlock lifestyle benefits as well. Now, how does the club work? Well, it's simple. You become a member, complete your courses. You are more than welcome to invite friends. We grow together, we earn travel miles, access additional opportunities as well. Because why? Once you get started, it doesn't matter which side of the company you have chosen to get started on. The opportunity is still there for others once you are in. Now, this is what I want to share because it's important that everyone see these ridiculous prices that are being offered, and I will share what the company is planning to do as well. So when you get started on the $250 course, you're getting one vacation credit of 500, you get another, the 1000, you get another. So three credits that you have, and they're valid for 3 years. And this is how you're able to take advantage. These example right here is just based on hotels when you're there, but 5 days, $2,499 to Paris, $599. Dubai, 5 days, $2,799, $649 as the member price. And what the company is planning to do is actually offset these prices. So imagine possibly going to Dubai for, let's say, $300. Yes. What about going to Bali for $200? Guys, these are some of the things you have that you can look forward to. Dream destinations. And when I say dream destinations, I'm speaking about Venice, Bali, Maldives, Thailand, Switzerland. And it opens up even the inner circle connection. As you go through this amazing opportunity, you can become a BG Voyager where it unlocks premium travel benefits and enhanced rewards, or the BG Elite where you're gaining access to our most exclusive experiences, luxury destination. Yeah, remember, it said inner circle, ladies and gentlemen. So take a look at this right here. With the inner circle, you are able to take Mediterranean super yacht experiences, private island takeover, royal desert experience, but it doesn't stop there. Guess what? What about being able to also do an Antarctica expedition charter? Morocco, Formula One. I'm looking forward to doing that one. Okay, guys. Exclusive bonus benefits and experiences that are there. So, how you take advantage? It's simply by referring friends and family as well. This is completely optional, but we all refer friends and family to a great movie or an excellent restaurant. And guess what? When you do that, the company has a grid system that coded those who are coming on board, and you get to benefit not only from your efforts but from the efforts of those who you shared with, the efforts of who they shared with, and the efforts of people you don't know. Just a quick example here. You guys just think about it. When you go and you start your car or you go on a plane, with a car, you don't wonder how it works. You just hope it starts and you go forward and you're gone. You go onto a plane when the cockpit closes the door. You just hope that when the pilot takes off, you're landing at your destination, right? So here it's as simple as when you get started and you refer, we have what's called our code X, right? And there's 6 coded X in each of these. They're called pay station. So as you follow my cursor, just imagine you referred Alex Mia, and all your friends here on the right. However, someone who you don't know, have no affiliation with, Mason, who is at the bottom, complete his grid first, and guess what? He falls in your grid. Just imagine that Ethan completes his grid. He falls in your grid. Now, Chris finishes his grid. You find that person here in the grid, and each time that you complete your grid, you keep moving up. Now, I can tell you, we have training on that, but understand the importance is, as a member, you're getting paid from each of these space stations. There are course credits, there are travel miles, wallet rewards, and it only costs you as little as $100 to get started. Now, this is what the company did. That's exciting. Is the fact that they put together a $100 grid, and what that $100 grid offers is that each time that you complete that grid, instantly there's $138 that's paid out to you. I know people who are doing this multiple times in an hour, but what if it takes you a week? What if it takes you a month? I don't believe it's going to take that long, but $138 that's paid to you every time. Now understand, the $100 course is not connected to the $250. And when you get started on the $250, this is what you earn. This goes to your wallet. So when you complete the cycle, the $250, the $500, and the $1,000, you have money sitting in a wallet waiting for you. But while this is happening, you're still earning instantly on the $100. That's why I tell everyone, guys, do not skip the $100. Total potential earnings, as you can see, is $1,538 in your wallet rewards. That includes the $138 that pays out instantly, $718 in travel miles, which it's dollar for dollar that you'll be able to can use for future travel. Now, this is what's cool about this, is the fact the company has put in place. If you were to purchase the Alpha Pass directly by itself, it will cost you $2,100. If you were to purchase the Miracle Pay CPU Node, the 4-pack that's available, it will cost you $2,100. By getting started on the Boogie Golfer side with our travel club, you can start for as little as $100, work your way up, and when you complete those grids, remember, not based on just your efforts, on your team and everyone else, now you are able to get an Alpha Pass or those 4 Miracle Pay CPU Node. Yes, you started for $100. Now, check this out. It's currently on promotion for $2,100, but the retail price is $2,350. And each person that you have referred, when they complete the actual grid, the $250, the $500, the $1,000, they also receive an Alpha Pass. And when that happens, let's say it's 6 individuals that you referred. Your first 2 that complete the grid, you will earn $200 respectively. Now, the third person you have that complete the grid and they get their Alpha Pass, you earn $1,000. And when your 4th, your 5th, your 6th, everyone personally referred to you, you get paid $1,000. How much you got started for? Might be $100, might be $350. Maybe it's all for $1,850, but this is what's there for you. And understand, when the people who are direct to you, they go out and refer, they receive their commission, but you also are earning $800 commissions coming up direct to you. But let me not speak too much as we get ready to wrap this call up. Let me share this short video so you can get a better understanding.
MAGIC stands for Make a Grand in Commission. The idea is simple. Most compensation plans require a tremendous amount of effort before someone sees meaningful income. We wanted to create a system where ordinary people can earn their first $1,000 commission quickly and then leverage that success into long-term residual income. The Bellator MAGIC plan is built around the Alpha Pass. Every Alpha Pass sale generates $1,000 in commissions. When you join as an affiliate, you can start building immediately. To become fully qualified to earn the full $1,000 commission, you complete a short training phase where you graduate from being a trainee to becoming a trainer. The fastest and best way to graduate to trainer is to buy 1 and sell 2. Buy 1 and become a product of the product, sell 2, and graduate to trainer. Now you qualify for the Miracle MAGIC Pay Plan. During training, when you make a sale, you earn $200 and your trainer earns $800. The trainer receives the larger portion because they are helping you make those first sales, training you, supporting your presentations, and guiding you through the process. Once you graduate to trainer, you earn the full $1,000 commission on every Alpha Pass sale you personally make forever. But this is where the magic begins. When you personally enroll someone, they go through the same training process while you earn the $800 trainer commission. Then something even more powerful happens. The people they enroll also enter the same process. Their first 2 training sales flow upward to the trainer who qualified them. This creates a duplication model where you can earn trainer commissions not only on your personally enrolled members, but also on their first 2 referrals and their first 2 referrals continuing through unlimited levels of depth as the organization expands. 1 becomes 2, 2 become 4, 4 become 8, 8 becomes 16, 16 become 32. This creates a powerful multiplication effect where every new person represents not just a single sale, but the potential creation of an entire growing organization beneath them. Now it's your turn to join the system, start the process, and build your own growing organization.
Bellator Life. To your legacy.
Guys, that video is available if you want to see it all over again or watch this recording. Now, let's just throw the numbers out there. I just want you guys to think that you are getting started on the Boogie Gopher for the fact that you have the different options that are the lesser price. However, it positions you to get an Alpha Pass or the Miracle Pay CPU node. I want to share some numbers for the fact, it's always said that documentation beats conversation, or numbers don't lie, people lie, numbers don't lie. Let me just share with you what happened over the last week. Just the launching of the Boogie Gopher Club. Just based on the $100 starter pack, over 1,200 were bought. That's $126,250 course. Over 1,700 bought. That was $448,000. On the $500 course, 406 were bought. That's over 200,000. And on the 1,000 course, almost 300 were bought. This was just within a few days span. That was $296,000. So we're looking at more than $1 million in sales. This was just for those who are interested in doing the Boogie Gopher. This is separate from those who chose to go and purchase any of our other assets directly because they did not want to do this side of the business, which is optional. You see, when you take a look at that as well, I want you guys to understand this, that with the members growing 1 million plus in sales, that completed orders were over 3,700. These are the numbers, guys. We're not fabricating it. We're talking about 2,626, right? 2,083 were paying members. That's 73%. And then the additional 1,772 members. And you can see members who have gotten started on the $100 pack. So these are the numbers. These are the grids. Over 114 people completed that very same grid, ladies and gentlemen. What does that mean? Over $100,000 was paid out in commissions based on the Alpha Pass itself. Now, I want to tell you something, as you take a look at these numbers, understand that this opportunity opens the door for so many who are looking for something genuine. Imagine getting started for only $100 and be able to work your way up to an Alpha Pass that pays you $1,000 per referral. Look at these salaries from around the world. We literally could change lives just starting with $100, ladies and gentlemen. And I can tell you this, for someone who gets started on the 100, remember, instantly, as they fill a six grid, they are earning a total of $138. These are the breakdowns. At the 250, it's $34 per grid. At the 500, it's $67 per grid. At the 1000, it's $134 per grid. Imagine just having someone complete this grid, even if it's one time per week. Guys, that's 4 weeks. You're looking at over $11,000. Imagine if they only got started with $100 and worked their way over. Now, this is what I'll say as my closing remarks as before we open up the call for Q&A. Is the fact that what you have seen today is not hype, speculation, or shortcut, right? This is an infrastructure you have seen today was built intentionally over 9+ years. Governance through Metatera, technology through Miracle Pay, lifestyle through our Boogie Gopher Lifestyle Club, and growth through the Bellator Life. Now, the foundation is in place. And history shows that wealth is rarely created when momentum is obvious. It's created through positioning in the early foundation phase. So by the time everyone sees the opportunity, the advantage has already shifted. So this isn't about convincing you. It's about whether you recognize timing. The question is not, will this grow? The question is, where do you want to be when momentum happens? For the fact, timing rewards preparation. Yeah. Positioning creates leverage, and ownership starts before the crowd arrives. I can tell you, the future belongs to those who position themselves today. So ask yourself, how do you get started? As I mentioned at the top of the call, get back to the person who invited you, request their personalized link. Should you have questions, we are going to open up now, or you can get back to them and get your questions answered so you can make an informed decision so you're able to get positioned today. On behalf of our executive team, our corporate support, our valued investors, and myself, it's truly a privilege and a pleasure to be the first to warmly welcome you all to the Bellator family.